Right, I know I've looked at this before, but I'm going to have another look at it. And it's my Breadlin Armoury Greener. Now these were the first air rifles that Greener made. And this was before he brought about the cam lock that perhaps he's more famous for. And these were actually made in the Breadlin Armoury works, which was just across the road from Greener's factory, and Greener actually owned it in the end. Greener took it over and owned it. And this was the first air rifle they started producing there. And I think the thrill of this particular rifle for me, is not only are these Breadlin Armoury rifles exceptionally scarce, they're far rarer than the cam locks, which in themselves are incredibly rare rifles. Greener didn't make very many air rifles at all. It was more of a sort of sideline when the business fell a bit quieter on the firearms and shotgun making front. Is the fact that this particular Breadlin one has an incredibly low serial number. This is number 15. And that's quite something, really, to think that this is the 15th rifle that a massive company with such a famous gun making history as Greener has made. As you can see, absolutely beautiful rifle. It's a fairly straightforward design, very simple really, break barrel. You can see it's marked on the top there, English manufacture. Breadlin Armoury marks are on it, and there's a little line in the front for the rear sight, and a straightforward post at the front. It's got a sleeved barrel. This is a 177. Straightforward trigger with the screw adjustment, and a nice, really nice stock. Very, very nicely marked stock. It's just a really nice rifle. Very, very tidy. Comes up to the shoulder like a shotgun. Very smooth. Very nice. Tidy, tidy rifle. Metal buttstock. Dead straightforward, nothing to it really. And the number is actually stamped on the underside of the breech here. This one's got no cylinder markings on it at all, which was not unusual at that stage of the Greener productions. Some of them had Greener written on them, some of them didn't. But they all had the stamping on here with the Breadlin Armoury marks. Some of them had that mark on the side here. This has just got a letter H, which I think must be some sort of inspection mark on it. And it's a really accurate, very, very smooth shooting rifle, this one, I must admit. Shoots lovely and smooth. Very, very smooth action on it. And really accurate. As accurate as any of the other rifles that were contemporaries with it. Fantastic looking thing, isn't it? You can see here. There's that sleeving I was talking about. See how the barrel's sleeved in? Beautiful old thing. Some nice grain on the woodwork on this one too. Tidy, nice rifle. Number 15. I mean, that's ridiculous. These were made in the late 20s, very early 30s, from what I can gather. There's not a lot of information available about the Breadlin, the ones that were made in the Breadlin factory. They're so thin on the ground. I think I've only ever seen a picture of one other in a magazine. And that was years ago in an Airgun World article by Atkinson. And I think he was asking for any information on them because even he couldn't get much history on them. So few were made. I mean, there were hardly any of these things made. Probably a couple of hundred. It's a beautiful thing. Shoots so well. Really does. It's a lovely thing. I actually prefer the way this shoots to the camback ones. It's lighter than the camback ones. Cam lever ones are a little bit heavier. And this seems to be a lot smoother shooting. It's not as powerful, but it's a really, really slick, smooth shooting air rifle. Very nice. Number 15. Incredible.